Alrighty, what is up guys? Welcome back to the Homeboy Brand channel. And in today's video, we have a little bit of a different setup. I'm not sitting in my rolling office chair. I'm sitting in like an actual comfy chair. I didn't really feel like, sitting up in that uncomfortable chair for very long today. But in this video, we are doing our NFL Week 11 reactions. This week was fun up until the very end for me. I'm a Lions fan, so if you know, you know. But if you don't, we're getting into it right now. Our first game was the New England Patriots versus the New York Jets. Patriots winning 27-13. Who really expected anything different from this game? Let's be honest. Who really thought the Jets were going to walk into New England and get a dub? Enough said. Next up is Miami versus Washington. And now Miami, they keep putting themselves in a weird predicament. They're a terrible team, but they keep winning games against like the bad teams. Not to say Washington's bad. They don't have Jaden Daniels for probably the remainder of the year. There's a little bit of hope that he actually will come back, but it's very unlikely at this time. But the Miami Dolphins end up winning 16-13 in overtime overseas. I don't know why not to say that you should tank, but if you're going to be bad, tank but keep it on the down low. They already got in trouble for that. If you don't know about the whole Brian Flores scandal as their head coach, but Miami, they keep putting themselves in a worse position by winning these games. They're going to have a mid-draft pick. It's pretty obvious to me at this point that Tua is not your guy at quarterback. So if I was GM of the Dolphins, I'm tanking and trying to get one of the top quarterbacks. I know this is kind of a not great class. We'll have to see how the rest of the year shapes out for the college side of things. But next up will be Pittsburgh winning 34-12 against Cincinnati. The big story of this game, Aaron Rodgers going down with an injury. He could be playing this week, but it's likely that he's not going to come back. And for the Cincinnati Bengals, at least Joe Burrow is rumored to be returning this week against the Patriots. So we'll have to see if he actually does. That'll change my prediction. My prediction video will be out very shortly after this one. But 34-12, who really expected anything different? Joe Flacco versus Aaron Rodgers, the Unk Bowl 2.0. The Steelers should have won last time, but they do win this time. So next up will be the absolutely shellacking of the LA Chargers, 35-6 at the hands of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good to see Trevor Lawrence and the Jags play good ball. I'm a Trevor Lawrence believer, as you guys know if you've watched these videos. So it's good to see them go ahead and ball out. Last time that the Chargers and Jags played was that banger playoff game that the Chargers were up like 4 scores, and the Jags ended up coming back from it. But they don't even have to come back this time. They out of the gate swinging, had a lead at halftime, and they kept going in the second half. Good win for the Jags there. Next up is arguably game of the week. 44-32 was the final score. If you know, you know. Bills do defeat the Buccaneers. Josh Allen 6 touchdowns. Just when you think he's probably not going to be MVP this year, back-to-back campaigns probably done over with, he drops a 6 touchdown game. You can never rule Josh Allen out of the MVP conversation. If you've learned anything from this year, there's really no clear favorite at this point. We're going to talk about the guy that probably is the favorite at this point, but that's a later story for a later day. The Bucks just couldn't get it done on the road. Buffalo's a good team. Bucks are a good team. Buffalo proved to be the better team in this game. Next up will be Chicago versus Minnesota. This game pissed me off. 19-17 the final. Bears went on a walk-off kick. I'm a Michigan fan, but I'm also a Lions fan, so I'm like kind of 50-50 on JJ McCarthy. He plays like shit for the whole first half of the game. And just like in week 1, in the fourth quarter, he turns it on. They go ahead and take the lead with 40-something seconds left. And you know what happens? The Bears return it into field goal range. They run a couple plays, easy kick, they walk it off, win. Bears are now in first place in the NFC North. That's a scary thing to even say out loud. I hate that. I'm not used to that. I'll never get used to that. Lions are coming back for that spot. If you think I'm lying, I'm not. That rhymed. But next up is going to be Houston 16, Tennessee 13. Not much to say about this game. Davis Mills walks into Tennessee, gets the job done for the Houston Texans. Houston Texans are playing, like, as of right now, as I'm recording this, they're playing the Bills. I think they were losing when I last looked, like 9-3 or something. So we'll have to see how that game goes. By the way, my prediction for that game is Buffalo winning. That's besides the point. Next up, my other Pookie Bear, Bryce Young, winning over the Atlanta Falcons 30-27 on the road. One heck of a game. Kirk Cousins came in, kind of sucked. But, I mean, what else do you expect to GOAT Bryce Young? This was probably the best game of his entire career up to this point. I think he had like 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Maybe not that many yards, but he had at least 3 touchdowns. I do know that. They go ahead and win it in overtime. They walk it off. Michael Penix Jr. goes down with another partial ACL tear. So what is his future looking like in the league? We don't really know because he is so injury prone. He goes down with a season-ending injury again, and that's very unfortunate. He's a talented player, lefty guy, slings the rock around. Atlanta's got so many good weapons too, so it's sad that you don't really get to see them develop into the team they probably could, had he been healthy. But Carolina walks out of Atlanta with a W. Next up is going to be another game that pissed me off. Green Bay 27, Giants 20. I had to watch my most hated team, maybe besides the Chiefs, my most hated team, the Packers, walk in and beat one of my favorite QBs of all time, Jameis Winston. Not because of his skill. That man is hilarious. He's a man of God, so I rock with him heavy. But Jameis, we got to get better on the football side instead of just having aura and being a funny guy. Giants were leading this game whole way through. Jackson Dart went down last week, so he had to come in and start this game for them. Played solid, more of a running game for them. The wind was terrible in this game. But Green Bay ends up getting it done. Fuck, FTP. I got a serious case of FTP. If you know, you know. Next up is going to be LA versus Seattle. LA wins 21-19. Now, these are like probably the 2 favorites in the NFC. And I'll tell you what, the Seattle Seahawks will not be another favorite for another week if Sam Darnold keeps throwing 3 interceptions a game. One of the worst games of his career up to this point. He had a terrible game against LA in the playoffs last year, so maybe it's just LA has Sam Darnold's number. But I'll tell you what, as a Lions fan, I'm scared of watching however old, 39, 40-year-old Matthew Stafford win MVP and go to the Super Bowl again. That's my worst nightmare because he could be doing that on my team right now. Next up will be San Francisco 41, Arizona 22. Not much to talk about. Cardinals need to find a new QB. Kyler Murray, I guess, doesn't appear to be their guy. I mean, I feel like real ball knowers already knew that. But you never want to give up on a guy, especially at quarterback. It's such a hard position. It takes a lot of time to get up to playing at a high level. Kyler, he just never took that next step, and it looks like his time in the league is probably going to be on the way out. Maybe he'll take like the Daniel Jones route, or he'll take the Sam Darnold route. He'll get traded. He'll do his dues in the league as a backup for a little bit, come back, ball out. That's what I hope for him. I hope for the best for him. But next up will be Baltimore defeating the Shedeur Sanders-led Cleveland Browns 23-16. Baltimore was losing this game for the majority of the game until the Browns put Shedeur Sanders in for the injured Dylan Gabriel. And he absolutely shit the bucket. Cleveland loses. They blew the lead. They never really should have been winning. You got to feel bad for Myles Garrett. He had like 4 sacks again. He is the defensive player of the year this year, obviously. If you say otherwise, I'm a Lions fan. I got an Aiden Hutchinson jersey sitting 10 feet behind me. He is the defensive player of the year, and it's not close. Next up will be Denver versus Kansas City. This one made my day. Denver wins 22-19 at home. Chiefs are 5-5. I know the Lions are only a game better than that, but the difference between 5-5 and 6-4 feels massive to me. And when's the last time we've seen the Chiefs have this terrible a record? Probably more than 10 years. And it is glorious. It is glorious. They're out of the playoffs. They're losing their own division by like 3+ games. They might not even be, I don't even think they're top 2 in their own division. I think the Chargers are ahead of them in their own division. That's great to hear. That's great to see. You know, it's not great to hear, and what's not great to see is what happened in Philadelphia, PA on Sunday night. The Detroit Lions lose 9-16 to the Philadelphia Eagles. Just an absolutely fucking awful performance from our offense. Our defense played so good. We stopped the tush push. Jalen Hurts was in a freaking torture chamber for 4 quarters. Cornerbacks were locking up. The Legion of Whom locking in again. Kelvin Shepherd, please don't leave us for another head coaching job. Please don't. We need you. Offense, Jared Goff had a bad game. And a lot of our issues stem around the big 5 up front. Our big boys are failing us right now. That's been our identity for so long. The interior of our offensive line has just not held up. We lose Frank Ragnow. We lose Kevin Zeitler. Christian Mahogany goes down with injury. And we are just not playing well. Tate Ratledge, I love you. I still think you're going to be a very good player in this league for a very long time. But he's just playing with some rookie mistakes. Graham Glasgow, I love you, man, but we might have to move on from you next year. Awo Shika, I think is his name. Big black dude, plays guard. I can make a whole video about him. I don't think he puts in very much effort. Obviously he does, right? But it doesn't look like he's putting up very much effort out there on the field. Just watching him, he looks lazy. He looks like a fat slob. I know I'm fat. I'm a fat slob too. So I know what it looks like. I can make a whole video about this. I still might. It just pisses me off watching how terrible the offense was. 0 for 5 on 4th down. I think we were probably 3 for 10 on 3rd and 4th down combined the whole game. Maybe even worse than that. Just terrible. You'll never win a football game like that. I still do think that everything is in front of us, as Jared Goff said in the interview. Everything is in front of us. We could still win out. If we win out, we're winning our division. No questions asked. So we just got to go out there, play Lions football, play the identity that we have. We have a very good opportunity to go ahead and get momentum. We're back in the black uniforms. We got to go ahead and get momentum rolling. We're playing the Giants this week. No starting quarterback for them. But I do have a little bit of worry about our offensive line holding up against their defensive line. It's just a very stellar defensive line. It's their best position group far and away in New York. So this is a good chance for our O-linemen to get in a groove against a good group. And if we can lock in against the defensive line of the Giants, we can lock in it against the defensive line of any team. So if we can do that, I think we'll be fine. In our final game, Sunday Night Football, the Dallas Cowboys defeat the Las Vegas Raiders 33-16. I did not watch this game. Cowboys, you guys are done for in the playoffs. Raiders, I could not care less about the Raiders. So yeah, there's that. If you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment any video ideas. I'm going to start making NBA content. I know I've said I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna keep doing it. My Pistons are #1 in the Eastern Conference right now. We're 13-2, 11-game winning streak. Don't even get me started on them. If you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.